Hey guys, welcome to this GuitarLessons.com gear review. And this one we're going to be taking a look at the Fender G DEC 3 15 watt amp, this guy right here. And if you've never messed with a G DEC before, you're really missing out. It's first of all, it's a really good practice amp, has a lot of different like amp models, stuff like that, lots of effects, stomp boxes, all that good stuff that you can kind of come to expect out of a modeling amp. But it is an awesome practice tool. It's basically a whole groove machine and like a drum machine, actually more than that, but it's all that stuff basically all in an amp, and it's only $299, $300 for this thing. And it says right here on the front, it says Guitar Digital Entertainment Center. They should probably call it Guitar Woodshed / Digital Entertainment Center because it's so good for your playing. What it forces you to do, it forces you to play with a metronome or a jam track, which is going to make your timing much better just overall. And also there's so many different styles of music on this thing that you're gonna almost can't help but kind of diversify your styles and practice on stuff that you normally wouldn't practice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take you through the interface of it real quick, and then we're gonna look at a couple of the sounds that you can get out of this thing too. Okay, so we'll go through this really quickly, and some of the cooler features that I think are really awesome about this, I'll bring out a little bit more. First of all, you can see that you have a USB port here on the side, and that is awesome because this little guy is almost just like an audio interface for your guitar that you can hook up to your computer and record your own stuff. The G DEC 3, all the versions of it come with like a scaled down version of Ableton, which is basically a multi-track recording software, right? That you can record up to 8 tracks on. You can go right onto your computer out of this thing, record, and it's really cool. You can use all the different amp models and everything you have on here to come up with your own sounds and your own tracks and stuff like that. It also comes, while I'm on the subject of software, it also comes with like an editing software for the actual interface. So instead of scrolling through the menus, you can hook it up to your computer and you can adjust all the settings, all the stomp boxes, all the amp models, all the effects on the fly on your computer screen. It's a little bit easier to navigate that way. Right here you have a headphone out, and actually that's what we're using to get the sounds you hear today that you're gonna hear. We're going straight into the board, and that's where you're going to hear all the band jam tracks and the guitar tones. But you can use that to plug in your headphones. Right above that is an SD memory card slot. And if you want to jam along to some of your favorite tunes, you can just load that card up with that, or you can save your own tunes on that SD card too, and you can have as many as you want, change them out. That's one thing that's really cool, so you can kind of customize your fun time or your practice time. All right, so this first knob, the master volume knob, controls the overall volume of the jam track that you're jamming along with and your guitar. So let's get this started and I'll show you how that works in conjunction with the band level knob. So master volume controls both at the same time. Now if you want more band, do that, or if you want less, obviously you can go down. So that's pretty cool. All right, so the big knob right here, the next knob over, is basically the one you're gonna be using most of the time when you fire up your G DEC. So right when you turn it on, if you hit this knob, you're gonna see it scrolls through all the presets. And what happens is it changes the jam track you're going to, the style of jam track or whatever, but it also changes the guitar amp model to fix you up with an appropriate tone for whatever style of music that you're about to play. So this one says blues break, so we're kind of gonna have a blues tone on a blues jam track too. All you have to do is hit the start button right here and you're off. All right, so you can see that there are just a ton of different styles, you know, jam tracks and stuff like that for you to choose from. And Fender actually has a website where we can go online, hook your G DEC up, and share settings over the web too, so that's pretty cool. All right, so you can see that you have just a ton of different jam tracks and different settings, amp models and stuff that are prefab. There's over 100 presets on this thing that you can choose from. But let's say that you like the jam track that you're hearing and you're having fun with that, but you want to tweak your amp settings a bit. All you have to do is hit the amp button right here, and then you can scroll through the different amp controls. So noise gate, timbre, compression, bass, middle, treble. And if you want to adjust one of these, all you have to do is hit the big knob again if you want more treble or whatever. So that's really cool. You have virtual control of tons of different aspects of your sound. And let's say you want to get out of here, push exit, and then you want to add some kind of effect to it too. So if you want to change your reverb, there's tons of different kinds of reverbs here throughout this whole thing. There's tons of different delays, modulation effects, all that kind of stuff. So it's really cool. It's really customizable to whatever you want. Okay, now let's say that you have a jam track that you really like and a style that you're wanting to work on, but instead of playing in just one key or one tempo, you wanted to change that up too. G DEC lets you do that. It's really sweet. Go over here to band on the main screen. Use your navigation buttons right here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna come to speed. And let me show you what that sounds like. Okay. It's too fast for you. You can slow it way down, which is really cool. So you can get it clean, whatever you're working on, right? And let's say you wanted to change keys. That's pretty neat. Okay, so those are some of the main features that I thought were really cool about the G DEC. I think it's a pretty great value, guys. Only 300 bucks. I think that's almost as much as I paid for my first little drum machine looper, you know? So this is a really great value. It's a great little practice amp. Sounds just as good as anything else out there in this size, and you get a ton of value stacked on that. So this is obviously the 15 watt version, 8-inch speaker. There's a 30 watt version too if you want a little bit beefier sound. So if you're one of those guys who's been practicing with the metronome or just hates practicing with the metronome, I would recommend, if you have the money, just go out and get one of these guys in your practice sessions. I think will be a lot more fruitful in the future. So let me let you hear one more sound on this thing, guys, and you can make the decision for yourself on this one.